Welcome back to the And Also podcast with your hosts, me, Summery Dean, Sheyda Fasari, and Madeline Guiney. So grab a drink and get cozy. You have now entered the group chat.
Oh, here it is. Guys.
What is Sheyda has decided to get involved in this plant's health. So as our in-house arborist, I brought it to her so she can explain what needs to happen.
Now, hold on, guys. Let me get on this before we start our 10th episode. I noticed that this plant was sitting in an odd position when I showed up to record today, and I asked some questions because I noticed some things. One, it needs new soil in a bigger pot and some plant food, and then it would be happy. Honestly, it is happy right now, but it will die soon.
It's outgrowing its roots, guys.
Yeah.
It needs a new home.
I don't know if you can see inside that bad boy.
It's going
You
through
probably
a growth spurt.
All the roots are out.
It's dry.
It's dry. The
dry.
roots are out. Its base is weak. You know what I mean? You gotta have a strong base.
Is the pot big enough?
No, I told them it needs to be repotted and it needs new soil.
Erin,
I just told them
you're
that.
keeping your plant's hostage in pots that don't
Erin,
fit
I'm ready
them.
for you to remove it.
Wait, should we put it behind Summer?
Yeah, give me the baby.
Yeah,
give me the baby.
Give that baby over.
Back to the front. Due to focus reasons.
Are you speaking positively to it?
Yeah.
Because I know that impacts
Plants
it.
also like
life.
music. They like classic music. Okay.
I saw this TikTok that was like, what is the craziest way to getting yourself out of a funk? And someone was like, literally, you have to treat yourself like a plant. Like, you have to get sunlight. You have to water yourself. You have to just treat yourself like a dying plant, unironically, and you will be okay.
Yeah. Go put your feet in some grass. Eat
Go
some
touch
meat.
the earth.
Yeah.
Get some
Well,
sun.
plants don't eat
Drink
meat.
your water.
Drink some water. Yeah, but that's their food. You know, in the same
I'm speaking plants.
same vein, you need to
Get
feed
some
it.
sunshine.
I love carnivorous plants.
Yeah, there are carnivorous plants actually.
Venus flyplap.
Yeah,
Venus flyplap.
Doesn't it just eat
Okay.
flies?
that's still meat. That's still meat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
this is the episode.
okay. Episode
Guys,
10, guys.
Welcome to episode 10,
Welcome back.
our 10 anniversary,
Thank you
our
so much.
10-isode.
Thank you for being
A
here.
tennisode.
Tennis.
Summer needs to eat food desperately.
Do you guys see my shirt?
It's
Wait,
actually crazy.
can
The
we just-
vibe check that we have right now on our outfits.
Wait, can we all talk about our outfits? I'll go first. Okay, so I'm wearing a TikTok shop.
No, Summer, you're going clubbing. What are you doing? She looks like the mean lady from 101 Dalmatians.
I look like a middle-aged woman going through a crisis, but I will say this.
It's giving Jennifer Coolidge.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Sheyda called me earlier. She's like, I'm feeling crazy. I think I'm going to wear my 30th sweatshirt or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go crazy too. We just have different ideas of crazy.
Are you looking?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I fall in this. I feel
We
like
all
I
wore,
feel like Summer
we
and
all
I are
wore
kind of the same
sunglasses
vibe.
because Madeline wanted us to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now, guys, our 10-isode.
Tennisode.
Today's the giveaway day. I think it's the final day you can.
I hope someone that deserves to win wins.
Me too.
So what's messed up about us and unorganized about us is I don't think we've made a decision about when the
giveaway
application. Yeah,
announcements.
no, we're announcing the giveaway immediately, but when do we close
The giveaway.
the giveaway?
Right now. It's
I
closed.
don't know.
So know that it's closed and we are announcing the winner on Instagram. That's what's happening.
Maybe the day after this comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
like
you
that.
go. The day
I
after
like
this
that.
comes
So
out.
it forces everyone to listen to this episode
Yeah.
because we'll be like, information about the giveaway is in this episode.
Yes.
Listen to the end and you'll find
and
out.
all it is us drunk
Yeah.
making decisions. That's fine.
We
That's
should
great.
leave secret codes throughout.
Yeah. 10 extra entries
Yeah.
if you can name what we say at the end of this episode.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Thanks, guys. Marketing genius.
You are,
You
a
are
marketing
really
queen.
creative.
Yeah.
Madeline
Thank
is one of
you.
our most creative friends. Did we have we already said that she was the one that came up with and also? I think we have.
No, but say it again.
Okay, so
For the
Madeline
people
came up with
in
and
the
also.
back.
What was the original BFFR? BFFR was the name of the original podcast, which is Be
Fucking.
For Real, which we kind of do say occasionally.
Yeah, we do say be for real.
Like when something crazy happens, we're like BFFR.
Yeah, be for real. We do that, but I think that I hear also in our friend group all the time.
And
like,
also,
every time Carmen says it to me all the time, she's like, also this, also that, and also that. Oh, also Sheyda this.
Yeah.
And I think that's so indicative of like long-term relationships is it's always just
ranting. You're just constant. We're just ranting
never
constantly.
stops.
It
well,
never
the friendship
stops.
never ends. The conversation never ends. There's always something else to say. There's always an also to the friendship. If it's your best friend, if it's your long-term friend, there's always an also.
absolutely.
I've always said the great, which is funny because this is the complete opposite of what we were just saying, but the like quintessential sign that you are friends with someone is you can sit in silence and not be uncomfortable. I remember the first time I knew I was friends with Summer was when we went to the cafeteria, just the two of us, and we sat in silence because we were so unwell. And I was like, perfect. I'm not uncomfortable. She's not uncomfortable. We don't have to say anything. We're good. We're just here together.
Yep.
But on the same side, being able to just like yap and yap and yap from topic to topic without like a break in it or an awkwardness is the same thing.
I feel like I notice it the most when one of us is trying to leave the hangout and it's like we're like literally halfway out the door and somebody's like, okay, but and also have you heard about
Trying to say goodbye is
the
a
hardest
10-step
thing.
process.
It actually takes an extra 30 minutes to say goodbye in a friendship group that you like really do
Enjoy.
love. Yeah, because it's like we, but also
Yeah.
It's not time to leave yet.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there's always something else you can squeeze out of someone.
yeah.
Yeah, there's always a little bit extra.
What do you guys think has been a highlight for you in the creation and the bringing to life the podcast, and also a low for you?
Okay, so I'll start with a low. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I was almost ousted from the group.
Her head was on a chopping block.
No, that was definitely a low, but it was basically what happened was I wasn't pulling my weight in this business. And that's really what this is. Like, it's a fun venture for us.
It is a business.
But it really is a business. And something, when we actually did get together, we got through like my failings in the group, but it was a reframe that we all had, which was essentially like, guys, like we have an opportunity here to do something really, really cool as a friend group, which is like, what a special thing to be able to do. And why would we squander that? Why would we not put in the most effort that we can? And I also, it was either a TikTok or I read something somewhere. And it was like, if you were getting paid $1 million to do something, how would you do it? And I feel like that is really stuck with me in this whole process of like, if we were already at the top of our game, which I do see that for ourselves, ladies. I do. I see us like really making it far. But like, if we were already there, how would we be treating this? And
Like if it was our full-time job.
correct. And I'm like, and here's the thing, like, I love that we love this. And like, this really, like, we all have jobs that we go to during the day and we like fit this in when we can, like, you know, but we do this every single day. There's something always coming out every single day. Like every single day we're communicating about this. And yeah, it's been really fun to like, I feel like this has unlocked a new side of our friendship too, of like, we're friends for 10 years, but we're also business owners. So anyway, I guess that was both.
It's
was
a business.
Like low and high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I feel like for me, my low was kind of coming to the terms with the fact that I didn't think I was going to be able to be in the same career path as I was, which I wanted to get out anyways. But to me, it was like another kind of reason as to it's just not going to enable me to be able to put 110% into this. And so I felt like I was sad about that, but it was like a grieving process of this is just a new chapter and a new phase that I'm so excited about. And leaving that job allows me to like give so much more time and energy and commitment to this, which I think is a positive at the end of the day. And so I think that was probably my negative, but I think my positive is just kind of what Summer said of like, we are in such a different phase of our friendship where we've been friends for so long. And this is such a different dynamic than we've ever had. It's the same because we are at our hearts the same people. Like we're just talking about LLCs and a business credit card, but with the same type of personalities. And so it is a new level to our relationship, and I think it's so exciting. But it's funny at the same time to be like, oh, I didn't think I'd be asking Sheyda what her social security is at like 9 p.m. on a Saturday night, like because we have to get into the Bank of America app.
Yeah.
And that bitch gave it to me with no problem. It was actually funny. I called Sheyda and she was dead asleep on the couch. Carmen answered, thankfully enough. And she's like, Sheyda sleeping, what's up? And I'm like, I need that bitch's last 4 of her social. And she asked, and Sheyda did not even hesitate to give her last 4 of her social over the phone.
And that's
I just heard
called trust.
Carmen go, Madeline needs the last 4 of your social. What are they? And she just rattled them off. And I was like, perfect.
My father drilled that into
Yeah.
me. He was like, you better remember this.
Well, you should know it, but you should also be like, hey, Carmen, why do you need it? I'm sleeping.
No, I trust my friends. My friends have gone through a grueling friendship process. It is a hard one. And this is, and you guys can I guess back this up. Maybe you hard win a friendship with me, and once you're in, you're in. You could ask me for my left toe, and I'd be like, sure. Can I sew it back on later? Is it gone forever? I just
True.
need to know.
Yeah. This
So what
is
we're
true,
learning
Sheyda.
is we can open 10 credit cards in Sheyda's name, and she won't know for probably 2 weeks.
As long as you pay it off, I'm fine. Just don't fuck
Pay
up
it
my
off on
credit.
time, we're good.
Yeah. Don't fuck up my credit. It's fine.
What about you, Sheyda?
I think my low, it was probably, I think any time we've had a small conflict, I think, and I always say this about myself, I play in terms of extremes always. Like I always take the situation to the furthest extent of whatever in my mind I can dream up, right? Like if I'm doing this today, like how can this become $1 billion business? And that's a wonderful thought to have. But on the flip side of that coin, it's like if I'm having a disagreement with 2 of my longest had friends in Nashville and it's a business disagreement, it's like, how is this going to blow up the friendship I've had for 11 years now with my best friends? And because business with your best friends can be difficult, and it becomes, people become sensitive when it's like, now I'm asking you about your work ethic, and now I'm asking you to show up at the business table, and now I'm asking you to contribute with your time or your money or whatever it is.
Sheyda is very much a 0 to 1,000 with everything she does. And it's amazing because it can be so positive in your relationship of like, she is just like your biggest supporter in anything you can do. But also she will come apart at the seams in her own mind of something that is so completely made up.
Yep.
Like she, again, the infection in the leg. The dog's fine, has not peed in the crate, has no
she peed in the
infection
crate
in
this
the
morning.
leg.
She peed in the
and
crate this
there's
morning.
no amputation needed.
They're great this morning. She beat into this morning.
So
No, so I play in terms of extremes, but my friends have benefited from it on and off our entire time.
I talk about it in therapy a
for
lot.
For example. So, anyways, I play in terms of extremes, but people pay or get the benefit of that all the time.
Sheyda, you are truly one of the most loyal people I know. You are a dog of a friend, because like a dog with a bone.
so
Like
much.
when
Yes.
when a friend is going through something, when you go through something, you are a dog with a freaking bone. You are Tula with a healed leg going after her toy covered in peanut butter. Like you really will ride for a friend.
I will. And people love that. And then when things are difficult, or when I talk about, because this is where I have to work on myself, is that like I'll get too insane with it. Like, and I'll maybe give you hard truths you're not ready for, that sort of thing. Or like I'll have hard talks that maybe you don't want to have at that time, because I want to really get into it. But I just want you to get on the other side. So anyways, in terms of this podcast,
Yeah, bring it back. Close the loop. Close the loop there.
I'm bringing it back.
Bring it back.
In terms of the podcast, land the plane, as my dad always says to me.
Man, it's such a polite way of saying shut the fuck
No,
up.
it's actually not polite. I want to knock him out every time. He always goes, land the plane, Sheyda. And I go,
Wait, I love that.
I
Where
say
he's
that,
feeling that.
I need to start saying that with Nick. He's a great storyteller like Sheyda, sometimes just a little slow for my liking. I love him to death. And I'm always like, spit it out. But land the plane so much politer.
yeah, land the plane. So he'll say that to me. So anyways, that gets dark for me. And then my highlight.
Yeah, talk about the good stuff. Come on.
I'm here. I'm talking. My turn. Thanks. It has been such a joy to like be creative with you guys and to be spending this time with you guys. And we all went to a creative school. It's known for a bunch of things, but like it is a creative school, and we all are. You and I are singers. We're artists.
Madeline's probably the best singer of us all.
Relax, Ginge.
Some of us are artists.
Some of us are just like marketing, artistic, creative geniuses. I was getting to you had you been patient.
Oh, it's crazy you didn't loop me in on the singers.
Should you?
Some of us can sing.
Madeline, sing right
give
now.
us a give us.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
That is shocking.
Did I miss a note?
Yeah,
Did I miss a note?
The second half of the scale was completely wrong.
I'm gonna be honest. Not a note.
Not a note.
The best part is like when I'm randomly singing and I hit a good note, and Nick and I are both be like, that was kind of good. Like just literally we're just singing. I'm like, oof, kind of hit that, kind of nailed it. And he's like, you did.
Okay, but you know what's so crazy?
I have to be honest. I think Nick just gives it to her.
No.
Nick is musical.
He knows notes. He knows notes.
And he loves
tones.
you, Madeline. He loves you so much, Madeline.
And
that boy loves you.
No, guys,
That
don't ruin
boy
it
loves
for me.
you. Gave him his sexual awakening, and he
I'm gonna have to go
loves
pick up his
you.
mom listens to the podcast.
Okay, but you know what's so crazy about us being creative is like I feel like and maybe you guys feel like this too. I feel like all the little side quests we've done, all the things that we have, all the creative endeavors we've gone on, even the business endeavors have kind of like brought us here. Like everything that we have done, and I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. But like I do think that like every little thing that we have done, from music to marketing to like in sports to like TikTok, like everything has kind of culminated to this. And I feel like it just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, put your sunglasses back on. It just keeps the tone. Thank you.
It's hard to keep these bad boys on.
I know. I'm like getting like
Guys, I love it.
sleepy.
This is like how I want to live my life. I always want to live behind a pair of sunglasses.
You would be the guy at the bar with his sunglasses on.
But I can't because
You're blind?
I'm blind and I get overstimulated. But right now I'm like weirdly okay with it. If I could always have sunglasses on, I'd be great. But I'm always too overstimulated to keep them on my face. I'm constantly like,
Yeah, me too.
I hate it.
I always take my sunglasses off.
I use
But
it as a
they're so
headband.
nice. A headband.
Like, that's the best.
They make headbands that
That look like sunglasses.
replicate sunglasses, like how they make your hair come, and it's the best.
Okay, so I'm fast forwarding because we're all gonna come up with hopefully an existential question to ask one another. This actually didn't source from me, but I'm gonna source it.
Okay.
It came from Carmen. And Carmen. It's really fun for us actually because we've had Carmen and Soph, who are our good friends and sisters, and one of them's my roommate. They've started to sit in on episodes, which is really fun. So we have them
a
on the
live
other
audience.
side. Yeah, we have a live audience.
It is a live audience.
It makes it more fun.
It makes it more fun, and they also add things. They have commentary, thoughts. It's good for us.
Should we start inviting people to like come
Yes.
watch and sit
I
in
think
on the
so.
show?
Well, that's like the live pod thing.
Wait, but that would be so fun.
I know. I agree.
Raise your hand in the audience if you would come back and perfect. 100% participation. There we go. There we go.
Oh God. Okay. Here's the question. If you, and you have to also take yourself out of it because I don't think anyone has this in them.
Okay.
But if you cheated on your significant other and got away with it, would you come clean at any point in time, but also more importantly, if things progress like the next level, like marriage or engagement or any of that, if things got more serious, if it took the next step, would you then say, I have to tell you about this indiscretion?
I genuinely think it comes down to the relationship you're in, because with Nick, 100%. I could not tell him. I think a lot of people I've been with in the past, I'd be like, well, we weren't really together.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would probably toe the line. But if there was like any kind of like question, like I can't keep anything from him. So I genuinely don't think that I would be able to.
Now, here's a follow-up. If it happened, would you tell him the day after?
Yes.
Like, would you just first call him in the morning and say I fucked up?
Within
if
the
I
next,
was on a trip, I don't want to ruin the trip. Like maybe I'd wait till I got home.
I feel like within 24 hours it would be coming out.
Yeah.
100%.
This is crazy because in our freshman year of college, I dated a boy from high school, and he was very adamant about us breaking up because we could never be together in college, so we could both have our own experiences. Rightfully so. He was correct.
We'll give him that.
We'll give him that. He was correct about that. But over Thanksgiving break, begged me to get back together. And then as soon as we came back after Christmas, week 1 cheated on me. Week 1. Immediately was like hooked up with someone, which is amazing. But it's so funny because this is like the most dramatic thing ever. We had gotten in a tiff about him going out that night, and I was like psycho texting him, and the next morning I had class and I was like, I know, like, you'd never do anything, like, I'm sorry for getting crazy.
And
like,
it was that night?
It was that night, but like literally sent him the most, like, he probably thought I knew. That's how crazy spot on the text was, where I was like, I'm so sorry for being crazy, I know you would never cheat on me, like, I don't know where this is coming from, like, I know if anything happened you'd tell me. And then
How'd you find out?
he told me that same day. Like, so I sent that text in like my first 8 a.m. class, and the next class I had was like art history, and I remember he was like, do you think we should take a break? And I was like, what the fuck? Where is this coming from? And then I got home from that class and I called him and I was like, what's going on? And he literally was like sobbing and was like, I cheated on you. I'm so sorry. And I was like, I just hung up. I was like, goodbye.
Did he say what he did?
Yeah, so I got all the details from him after.
I don't remember the details of
Did
this.
He full on had sex with someone else. Yeah, so dramatic.
And how old?
We were freshmen in college, so this is second semester. I swear to God, I've never gotten over I've only been cheated on once, and this was the only time. And I got over it so fast just because it was right as I was getting into my friendship with them, and I credit them with all of the healing power. I didn't give a fuck. I found out about it, and the next week I was like, perfect, I don't care. You're a loser and I don't care. You're 5'7" and I don't care. Goodbye.
I love it when they're short.
It was just like literally such a quick get over, and he spiraled after that. But his mom, he was very close with his mom, told him not to tell me, which is fucked up because we had always...
You were close with her?
I mean, she only had 2 sons. Like, we were fairly cordial and spent a lot of time together. But like... we had him and I a conversation of like, to me, I was like, I just always want to know. Cheating, like whenever it happens, just tell me. And we had discussed how it would kind of be endgame. And I was like, hopefully that's a threat, not enough to do it, or a threat enough to not do it. And so I think that's probably why he felt pressure to tell me. But his mom told him not to tell me. She's like, it's a one-off, never do it again, and don't tell her because this will ruin your relationship.
Okay, but can I tell you something though? When you kind of say that it's like endgame, you're like, if you do this, it's done. I feel like it kind of gives them more ammo to be like, I can never tell. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it almost gets more secretive.
Yeah.
So
I feel you kind of have to lie and be like, no, we could maybe get through it, and then they tell you, and then you dump them.
What I always say to fuck with them, because they're motherfuckers, is if you don't tell me and I find out, it's over. If you tell me the truth, I can get past anything. If you lied to me and I catch you and I am Inspector fucking Clouseau, I'll remember what you told me 2 years ago. I'll remember it and I'll go, that's odd. That's odd. Then it's over. So I instill that fear.
I mean, this was a great scenario for him to truly get away with it because I would have never known. I genuinely don't think I would have ever found out.
Good for him for telling you the truth, I guess, because his mother's...
I guess good for him. I mean, he ruined the relationship, but he's a loser.
But you want to know something interesting? My mom has always said, if it's a one-off and you would never do it again, don't tell them.
Okay, so I was gonna say, if...
But I couldn't.
If
I would
the
have to tell them.
person you're with, no, but let's say it's like happening to you. If the person you're with gets really hammered, they don't know what they're doing, it's like a literal one-off.
I don't know.
Can you get over that?
No.
I don't.
Because here's my thing.
So
and this is why
I'd like Sheyda to go on record. You disagree with this one?
I disagree with my mother.
Okay.
I disagree with my mom. Love you, Mom. Here's the thing. Because if I know that I'm lying and not telling you the truth, I'm assuming you're lying and not telling me the truth. I'm assuming you've had the same indiscretion. And then, and again, this is in terms of extremes, I'm assuming you've lied to me, you've cheated on me, now we're playing games. So then the spiral begins and it ends in a slide, a rock slide. So there is no world in which that works out for me. So the next morning, I'm telling you. If I'm on a trip, I'm telling you the second I land, because I don't want you. I don't want to be away from you.
I don't want to ruin the trip.
It's not even about ruining the trip. It's about
I want to have the conversation face to face.
Yeah, I want to look you in your eye, and I want to say it. And the other thing is, I can't. There is no way in which my conscience could survive.
I agree. That's like, I think I'm a terrible liar, and I don't like truly like. There is no world in which I am like, no, I didn't do that.
No. And also, like, I don't believe in like, oh, it was just a drunken one-off. Like, you wanted it. Like, there are videos of men and women blackout, and they don't even recognize that their partner is their partner, and they're like, get away from me. I have a wife. I have a husband. Get away from me.
You're like,
I love
am.
her.
Yeah.
And it's like, and no, it's the videos are hilarious, and they're like, no. I am your wife. I am your husband. And they're like, prove it. And they're like, well, your dad is this, and they're like, oh my God, you are my wife. You do love me.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, if you are loyal, you are loyal, you are loyal. I have been blackout around beautiful men, and I would not touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Okay, but let's make the stakes a little bit higher.
Give it to me.
You've been
Someone has a gun to your head.
No, you've been together for
Jason Momoa is there.
This is the love of your life. You've spent your 20s and whatever, like going through all these toads, and they're just like terrible people, and you finally find the person. Your soul's connected. You are physically attracted to each other. This person meets every criteria. You are then together for 10 years. You're married. Maybe you have a kid or two, but you hit a low patch, okay? Which every relationship goes through. And during a boys' trip,
Why are you setting the scene so disgustingly?
this man does something that you
What does
never...
he do? What does he do? What does he do?
Yeah, what is it?
He has sexual intercourse with another woman.
One time?
One time on this boys' trip, okay?
No. You don't love me.
I packed the house up. The kids and I are gone. We're in
You do
Cabo,
not love me.
on the beach, on his credit
Okay,
card.
let me ask you this. Is there any circumstance...
No.
Yes.
What about emotional?
But that wouldn't. So here's the other thing. I don't believe, and we've talked about this before, I don't believe in you being friends with the opposite sex.
I agree.
You should not be emotionally investing in a woman who is not blood to you, or who is not so devoted to you that there is just, like, I know for a fact, Sophia, Carmen, Madeline, Summer, you'd cut your own toes off before you touched a man I loved.
Yeah.
You
I
just
told
would.
Summer, I was like, literally.
I know I could send you guys off on a trip. I could send you off on what, and like, even if somehow halfway through you decided you fell in love with my husband, you'd leave the trip. Like, I just know that would be it.
Yeah.
Right? And you'd call me and you'd say, I'm in love with your husband. I'll see you in 2 years.
I actually feel like that's a great test of your friendship, is because I know we've all had a friend in the past where we've been, and I think this was such an eye-opening experience for me, where you did not trust your friend with your man. Like, I just remember Summer saying, like, if it was your boyfriend, not that you think your boyfriend would do anything bad, but it's, do you trust this person not to try and tempt your boyfriend?
Y'all.
And that to me was because I've never been in that experience before. That to me was such an eye-opening thought to think about someone that I loved, where I was like, you know what? I actually don't. And that's so fucked up.
No, it's a bad thing. And here's the thing, like, if I can't put my husband in at the same level that I put you guys, he's not my man. Like, he's not the love of my life. I tricked myself into that belief, because at the end of the day, even if we're going through a hard patch, even if things are rough, even if we're not being intimate, even if he's angry at me, like, at the end of the day, he should say, I am devoted to this person. I choose this person every day, and we're going to figure it out. And if he then comes home and is like, sorry, I was
My
lonely.
secretary
I
looked
was
so
lonely.
good on Tuesday.
I was lonely. I was so sad by myself. I felt like I was so small as a man. You didn't build me up and tell me my
Okay,
weenie
but do
was
you
nice.
think there is...
Die.
Okay, but do you
Fucking
think there are scenarios where, and I'm not blaming anyone here, but like that there is like a separation in the relationship where you kind of look at like, how did I contribute to the like separate...
No, 100% I can take responsibility, and I can say I've not been a good partner in this moment. But if I'm not seeking attention elsewhere, don't bring someone else into our marriage.
Yeah.
Don't bring someone else into our fight. Don't bring someone else into our pain. and don't betray me in the worst possible way because you feel sad or weak.
See a therapist.
Then you're just weak and you're not for me. If you can't find the strength to be there for me, to be loyal to me when things are hard, you do not deserve me any other time at all. Because you won't catch me doing I have never, ever, 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 ever been unfaithful to a friend, family member, or lover. It's never going to happen. And if I can't expect the same thing from the people in my circle, be they romantic or otherwise, you can, and I mean this so seriously, die of a disease, of a cancer,
Sheyda
of
wishes
anything.
the
I
bubonic
don't care.
plague on anyone that wrongs her.
I don't care.
lung.
You and your little best female that you slept with can die.
God, it makes me sick. Okay.
Have you been cheated on?
No.
Never.
Not that they've told her because they don't want to die.
Have you been cheated on?
Yeah, just that one time.
I've been cheated on.
I've
Have
unfortunately,
you cheated? Has
I've
anyone
unfortunately
cheated?
witnessed like someone experience cheating in their marriage. I saw it as a young child. I saw a
Like
woman.
how it tore someone apart.
I saw a woman discover in the moment that she was being cheated on, and I saw her like a rupture as a person, and it was awful. And I think it's since then been a fear because I was 8 years old and I was like,
it's a core memory of watching
I was
someone
like,
get cheated on.
I was like, this is destruction. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the purest form of pain and loss. It was like watching someone realize something was dead and that they would have to still live with it every day of their life.
Do you think that there's and I don't, like, again, this is not in defense of it, but like we talk about a lot how there are real differences between men and women. And like, do you think that men,
They have a much harder time with being celibate.
I think they have a,
Or not
I think they have
celibate,
a
but
much
being
harder time.
monogamous.
And now, and again, not giving that a pass, but you talk about this like loss of loyalty and love, but I do kind of think that men can do things
they can like compartmentalize.
without it being.
You guys all know what the frick is my buddy's name who is a Green Beret? Ari. I'll tell you later. He once looked at me out of nowhere and said, it was actually me and Sophia when we were living together. He said, cheating for men is like playing basketball with your friends. You know what I mean? You're just going out and shooting hoops.
Ew.
You don't think about it before, during, or after. It just
That's
happens.
crazy. That's crazy.
No,
Carmen just goes,
I think
"Fuck him."
that is
Very
a
loudly.
specific type of breed of men. If I'm being honest, I do not
So
think that
I
is
actually
every
don't
man.
think it's that. I think it's a larger majority than it is a smaller one. So, but here's what I'll say. If I'm entrusting my soul to you as my partner, I don't care what type of man you are. You are taking on the burden of this relationship just as I am. I am choosing you just as you are choosing me. And I'm entrusting you to discipline your mind and your body. You are not going to die if you don't bang hoe number 2 on the street. And if you can't figure that out in your mind, that is not my problem. And I will figure it out and I will leave you in the dirt. And God bless you. I'll take everything you own.
That's the
I
thing
wonder-
about being a woman is like you will find out any freak.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you are a.
You feel it.
We talk about the hackers earlier. Hackers being hot. Women are hackers. Women are
Yeah.
sleuths. Women are FBI agents. We
1,000%.
will find out anything on the internet. The ways that we can figure, like, what's the craziest way you've found some crazy stuff?
Well, I'm on your Venmo history.
I'm on Venmo. I'm on Snapchat.
I'm on everything.
I'm in your phone. Here's the thing I'll say, and this is maybe not explicit, but it is a hair PG-13. If you can be in me, I can be in your phone. And if you want to act special and say, oh, my phone is my private space, so is my cheech. So figure it out. If you'd like to get into my pants and you want to act like your phone is something special, you're a loser. You're a loser
Yeah.
and a liar and a
Facts,
cheater. I just
facts.
immediately think you're a cheater and a liar. You want to keep secrets? Keep secrets away from me. You're not mine. We're not dating.
I feel like going through
love that
someone's
shit.
phone is very controversial. Of like, it's an invasion of privacy. Like we agree not to do it. And to me, I'm like, but I have nothing to hide, and I know
No, it's not an invasion of
my phone is
privacy.
like,
What do we always say?
Privacy?
What do we
What
always
privacy?
say?
What secrets do you have that I can't know if you're going to be naked in my bed? Don't talk to me.
Guys, what do we always say?
Oh, what?
Trust
but
But verify. My mom has always told me that since I was a child. It's
Trust
something
but
my friends
verify.
have adopted. Trust but verify. I trust you, but I'm checking your shit.
Yeah.
And if you got a weird password that you think I shouldn't know, then I have some clothes I'm going to wear for the rest of my life that you'll never see the inside of.
I have my Face ID
What?
set up on Nick's phone. My Face ID gets me into his phone.
love that.
If I pick up your phone and you act strange, I'm going to spend the next 12 hours on that bad boy.
Yeah, for sure. Go through everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going through your hidden photo album. I'm going through your Snapchat hidden photo album.
Your notes.
I'm going through your notes. I'm going through your recently deleted. I'm going through your text messages.
I just feel
browser
like
history.
men aren't as with it.
Here's a hot
They
tip,
don't know how to
ladies.
look at things.
Here's a hot tip, ladies. If you can't find everything and you think it's been deleted, go through his best friend's conversation with him.
Yeah, facts.
You'll find it.
Facts.
You'll find it. That's where I found Joel. I technically have never been cheated on, but my ex Joel did try to cheat on me, and I saw it because he sent a video of some boobies to his best friend, and he had deleted everything everywhere else.
Wait, remember when we
Not his
found
best friend's
something?
phone. Nope.
How did we find? Oh, we found like his like location history.
You can track. So iPhones
Yes.
track. They track like it checks in to everywhere it's been. Like every half an hour, it checks in to a location. So there's a way to go in and see for the last 6 months everywhere it's been for every half an hour.
Sheyda was like, where has this? He's lying about where he's been. And I was like, we will find it out. And I'm like in the deep threads of Reddit trying to like find these things.
And she found
I'm like,
it.
I'm like, get on his phone, go to his general settings, open up location history and go all the way to the bottom. Like literally we found exactly the evidence that we needed to. And it just
Because he was
proves.
sitting there, he was sitting. He
Lying.
said in his buddies in the thread that he was going to go to this girl's house and he was going to sleep with her.
Dumb idiot, putting it in writing.
Yeah, idiot. And then he couldn't get to her house. That's the only reason why he didn't do it. Is because he couldn't get there. That's all.
but he was going to.
But he was
even
going
more
to. No,
dumb. Even more dumb.
He had
unfortunately.
intent, and he would have followed through if he had access.
So not only did he not get asked, but then he got broken up with because he's a cheater.
Yeah, exactly. So
And he's dumb.
but he swore up and down. He's like, I didn't do it. And I was like, I don't believe shit you say. But I was able to figure out through his locations that he wasn't actually able to get there. And I know for a fact that she would not have been able to get to where he was because he was living on a work site. They didn't allow anybody. But so anyways, it was one of those things where I was like, I will find out.
We always find out. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I've gone through Snapchat with one of my exes in the middle of the night. Like the best thing is like, I actually saw a TikTok recently. It was like, need to lose 20 pounds by next week. Let me go through his phone. And I'm like, wait, but like the sickness that you feel when you've gone through an ex's phone and you're like, even if it's not even cheating, I feel like anytime I had gone through an ex's phone, it was like, I found something I didn't
You'll
like.
always find something that's gonna hurt your feelings.
Something
I think.
like, but
no.
finding locations though, like, hey, meet me here. Location.
I will say that
Cheater.
Nick's phone is clean. I'm in that bitch. I'm in his DMs. I'm like, you didn't answer my cousin. You didn't follow my cousin back on Instagram because I can see she followed you 3 weeks ago. And he's like, well, how did you see that? I'm like, I'm in your follows. I'm here. I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
And you didn't follow her back. So let's take care of that because I want to get invited to the family reunion.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. It's men can't be trusted.
No, trust but verify.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. And if you're acting weird about it, it's because there's something sneaky there.
I agree.
The only thing I've ever said, because anyone can go into my phone at any time ever. Everybody knows my passcode. Glorilla. Anyone can go into my phone. Anyone can have my location. I hide nothing from anyone.
Okay, but what's the most embarrassing thing on your phone? What would people
Probably
find?
a fat photo from 6 years
I was
ago.
going to say, mine are like my body progression photos.
Yeah, it's
in
literally my
hidden
body
album.
photos. Anything that anything that I've ever texted anybody about anyone else, I've told to that person's face.
Yeah.
I am
I feel
brutally
like mine
honest.
are like my screenshots of I'm looking at people's before and afters trying to find what they've done. So I'm like, I have 17 screenshots of Kylie Jenner from like 2015 being like, what did this bitch get done? Like that's like a large chunk of my camera roll.
Yep.
The only thing I ever tell men is if they're going through my phone, I'm like, just know that if you go through the group chat, you will get your feelings hurt.
You will get your feelings hurt.
Because you pissed me off a week ago and I made fun of something on your body that I haven't told you about.
Or just like I talk shit about you while we had a fight.
Yeah.
Like the other night I'm like, picked a fight.
Yeah,
guys.
I was like,
I'm sorry, couldn't respond.
this knock-kneed motherfucker thinks he can behave badly, walking around with these
This
knobble-ass
moly
knees the way he does.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Which is why I almost wish I could date a short man just so I could look at him one day when he pissed me off and said, you're not tall enough to behave this way. That's been a dream of mine.
I think it would have to be something unforgivable to like. That's something you say to like.
Yeah, it's like on the way out.
Yeah, that's
It's
like
on the way out.
on the way out comment.
This is the final. This is the knife in the coffin.
Yeah.
The knife in the coffin. Not the nail. The knife.
I like the knife better.
Knife. You're stabbing it on the way down.
Okay, what else about relationships, guys? I feel like we really
That was
I think
good
it
rant.
was just a good rant, but I think does anyone have any like existential or like deep questions or thought pieces that they have been thinking about recently?
Were we supposed to be talking about friendships or
Friendships, we can, yes. I think it's just
I feel like-
relationship thought things
I
for the
got
10th
one.
anniversary.
I got
What do you
one.
got?
I feel like in comparison to romantic relationship breakups, the biggest, most devastating breakups of my life have been friendship breakups. Like truly the most. I am so sad. I can't turn to this person anymore. I am like, they're just and I think a lot of times with friendship breakups, it's one day they're there and one day they're not, and you're like, oh my God, like this is for real, we're not friends anymore. And you're like, it's like a drug you can't go to anymore. You're like, I can't text this person, we can't like kiki about this joke anymore. And I feel like those have been the most like truly devastating breakups of my life. Of like, I think on the outside or looking back now, I'm like, probably for the best we're not friends anymore, because I don't think it would have lasted long term. But in the moment you're like, oh my God, like this has been someone that I have spent such a large chunk of my life with, or I've been through such a pivotal moment with, that they're no longer going to be a part of future moments. And I'm no longer going to be able to ask them their advice on stuff. And I think for me, especially, I put my friends on such a pedestal where I'm like, I think they are the smartest person in the room. I think they're the funniest person in the room. I want their opinion on everything. I want to know what they think about stuff. Like, I truly am so indecisive about stuff that I'm always looking for you guys' opinions or like my friends' opinions, that when I lose like a pillar of a person that I've been relying on their opinion for stuff and they're no longer there, like that to me is such a loss in your life that is hard. But I feel like in comparison, Sheyda is like she's talked about it before, like quick to cut someone off. And not that she doesn't feel the like loss of that friendship, but I feel like I'm much more, I will keep someone around that maybe might not be the best for me because I don't want to lose a friendship. Like I cherish friendships so much that losing them is so hard. And I, again, might keep someone around that's not for the best for me because.
What was the reason? Like if any of them, like what are the reasons for, what is friendship ending?
Again, to me, I feel like I'll let someone walk all over me for a very long time. And I don't think, and maybe this says more about me than it does about the other person, I don't think I've been the person to end the relationship. Like with, the only one I'm thinking about here is obviously, please bleep that. But I was not the person to end that. And to me, it came out of left field. And looking back now, I think she was very much going through her own like funk of lifestyle that I think about, like, where, please bleep that as well. Both of those people were going through something that they in turn took it out on me for some reason. And just like with and is still friends with you and or you and the rest of the group. And I don't think I did anything worse or did anything differently than the remainder of the group. That to me, it's strange that I was the one that got kind of like cut out of their lives.
Do you think they expected something different from
and
you?
Maybe that is like, to me, that's nice that they maybe held me to a different standard, but
A double-edged
I don't
sword.
know. Yeah.
'Cause they all, yeah.
I had several thoughts when you were speaking. One is a callback just to like, I think that was my fear in going into business with the both of you, that like something could be friendship ending. Something could be, you know what I mean? Like, you know, even in our silly little moment of you were having your time or whatever, it was just like one of those things where I'm like, we've spent so much time on this that like, if you were to then look at me and be like, I'm not into it anymore, it would have been like heartbreaking and more than likely, just for me emotionally, probably friendship ending, because I'm like, this has been such an investment. And so like, which is not at all what happened, but like, again,
She went from 0 to 100.
I
in
played
her
it out to the
head.
most extreme
And the
response.
extremes, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Actually interesting. I did not know that you do that in your mind.
I do that in my mind for everything.
Me neither.
I do that in my mind for everything. And I think that's maybe why I hold such a high standard for my friends and for anybody else in my relations. You know, the other thought I had was that I think female relationships ending is so much more heartbreaking than the relationship with a man, because we invest so emotionally and so deeply in each other. Like the three of us will text about the most mundane, random things all day and then have the most insane, deep conversation where we cry for a half an hour. And it's just so we know and entrust so much in each other that if someone betrays that, it feels world ending.
Yeah.
Because you've given so much of yourself to that person to take care of and to entrust, and you've lived in the belief that they're going to take care of it forever.
Yeah.
And just assumed that. Whereas like relationships with men, unfortunately, can be fleeting, or not even.
You're not telling them about your childhood trauma right off the bat.
You're not even fleeting, but like you don't like you just when you meet a woman who you think is your soulmate, you just think that that's it. Like I get to have them for forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with men, things can happen. Cheating can happen.
Yeah.
You know, kids can happen. Mortgages can happen. All these, like, you get to, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these external
Interest
things.
rates can happen.
But it's so true. They say the hardest things in a relationship are like moving,
Yeah.
kids, and something else. I forget.
Yeah.
Money.
Well, and I always say this too, like, I'm always so grateful to be a woman, because I think we feel things heightened in general. Like we feel the highest highs and the lowest lows, but it also colors our lives in such a much more vibrant way than I think men. I think men are stable and they're steady and they don't necessarily hit those high, low peaks in the way that women do.
In the day-to-day, yes.
In the day-to-day. And I think like that's what makes female friendships so special, because we get to kind of like all share our crazy and our heightened emotions and our things and that. And like we get to
And we're understood.
relate
Yeah.
exactly to why did that bother you so much? Or why did that excite you so much?
And someone is asking you that question.
Exactly. And a man ain't asking you that question.
No.
No.
Oh my God.
It's something I noticed about my mom. My mom and I, you know, when we get time alone, I'll ask her things. And she's got friends, but like the person she spends every day with, and this person that her best friend is my dad, her husband. Yeah. And like they really don't hang out with other people, really. They just love each other.
My parents either.
And I'll ask her things and she'll look at me and be like, I've never been asked that a day in my life. And I'm like, that is
crazy.
because the three of us, or like our friend group, we're asking each other the most insane shit, whatever comes to mind, whatever deep thing, whatever out of pocket thing. It's like, hey, it can be anything from like, what do you think about high-waisted jeans to did the way your mother spoke to you when you were 8 affect the way that you are today?
No, it's literally a Tuesday and it's like share the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you, and we're giving genuine responses.
Yeah.
100%.
And so for my mom to look at me and be like, no one asked me how I would feel when this little thing happened. I'm like,
Well, and I think our friendship actually was built off of asking really good questions, going back to our 36 questions
Please,
to
for
fall in
love
love.
of God, New York Times, sponsor us.
Literally. But I also think
they need to do, like, that is such a huge thing.
have to pay for it
It's
now.
going to be a requirement for my part. Have you done that with Josh? Have you done that with Nick?
No, because I'm not. Yeah, no, I should though. But I swear, Nick is actually the most emotionally intelligent partner I've ever had.
Yeah, but they're just
seems-
good.
yeah.
The
They're just
questions,
really good
the
questions.
exercise
They are.
itself is, I think, it truly changed the way the
Our
path
dynamic.
of it changed our
I
dynamic,
know
and
who
it
he
changed
wants
the
to
path
have
of our
dinner with,
friendship.
dead or alive.
Jedi. It's
Okay,
a Star Wars
there's
person.
still 35 other
It's
questions.
a Star Wars person that I knew that.
Yeah, it's the dude with the red wand in Star Wars.
Is that
I know
Adam
that.
Driver? Is it
I know that
Cobra
one.
Kai? What's his name?
No, guys, I can't.
Is
I
it
can't
Yoda?
reveal
We
that.
can't get
What?
into that.
Is it
It's not
Yoda? It's
No.
Yoda.
No, it's
Luke
a bad. I think
Skywalker.
it's a bad guy from Star Wars.
Yeah, I
Darth
said it's.
Vader.
I literally said it's to do with the red wand in Star Wars. That's what I said.
Star Wars wand. Yeah. Anywho, but he's the first partner that I have asked that, like, even when I had that meltdown the other day, he's like, what do you think caused that? He's like, because I love you so much and I will be here for you every time you have a meltdown. But like, that was a bit much for you to have a meltdown about. And so like maybe you should think about why you had that. And I was like, shut the fuck up, just answer the call. But he's right. Like truly that was such a, I'm like, okay, it's too much. We're just getting dinner. But he does ask those questions of like, you should think about this. Like, why do you think that you are the way you are?
Yeah.
But
That is a rare question for a man to ask.
I've never had a partner that asks me those questions and like genuinely pushes me to like want an answer.
Well, and I know we've talked about this, but I feel like Nick is such a good partner for you because he takes a lot of emotional care with you.
Oh, I could cry. I think.
No,
yes,
but I
does.
really do. And I think
We did have this talk.
you are sensitive, but I mean that in a loving way. Like you are sensitive. You feel things really deeply.
Yeah.
And I think having a partner that is so like in tune with that and like really caring and like comfortable with that is like that makes so much sense for you.
Yeah.
Like it really, really does.
Truly. Like I could not imagine, like I think after having these crazy meltdowns with him, obviously we talked about last episode, my MapQuest massage meltdown. But like that's not the first time I've had a freak out on him. And it's funny because the first one I had was I was driving around. My dad has like an electric car, which is so off brand for him because he's like,
So does mine. It is so off brand
so
for him.
off-brand.
What are we doing? Yeah, he has the Tesla.
Yeah, my dad has like an electric Mustang.
Guys, my dad
I
has
don't
a
know why
truck.
he has it. And so, but the car was like running out. And this is like the most like perfect situation. I was trapped in a garage at Christmas time. I drove 40 minutes away from my house to this crazy mall to get a pair of jeans for my sister-in-law for our Secret Santa. Got trapped in a garage for, not joking, an hour and a half with an electric car. And I am sitting there watching my battery power die by minute. And I'm sitting on the phone, like panicking with Nick. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Again, I let it brew for far too long by myself. By the time that I'm like getting out, I'm in a full-blown manic episode. And I'm calling my parents because they're the physically closest people to me. And I call my dad and I'm like, the car has 10 miles till it dies. And it's not like I could push it to a gas station because it's an electric car. It's dead. And he's like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not there. I can do my best. He goes, you can leave the car and I'll come get you in an hour and a half because you're so far away.
Yeah.
I can't help you. I'm not there.
Why didn't you just Google electric charging station?
Sheyda, I'm driving and I did. And I went to 4 of them. And I don't know if you know this about goddamn electric cars. Not all of them are the same. You got
I didn't know that,
Tesla ones. Yeah, because you've never been in this situation before. You've never been like I've been before with an electric car.
Guilty.
The Tesla ones don't work. Only on Tesla cars. The craziest thing about it is there are differences in charging stations. Some of them you can charge your car for an hour and you get half a gallon. No, I mean not half a gallon. Like,
does it cost money?
You get like you get like 2 miles.
There's the
You get like 2
supercharging
miles
station
per,
that in like
per
45
hour.
minutes.
So
you
it's
get a-
going to take you 24 hours to charge the car. Or you can go to a supercharging station, which charges maybe 30 gallons an hour. So still not great. Again, I'm fully out on electric cars after this. Fucking electric car. I love the environment. It's the fishing industry, guys. It's the fishing industry. It's not the electric cars. So I'm manically driving around with like 10 miles to go. My dad's like, honey, I can't help you. I'm not there. Leave the car. I'll come get you. That's his solution. And I'm like, I'm not spending the night here. I have to go babysit my sweet niece. I want to be with her right now. I want to be with her right now. And I'm having a panic attack because I have 10 miles empty. And I'm now, my dad's no help, screaming at my boyfriend on the phone. And he's just sending me charging station after charging station, directing me how to get there. Like, could not have been more helpful. 20 million miles away. Didn't even bat an eye at me, like crying for 20 minutes on the phone with him, trying to get a gas station. But literally was just like, oh, that one didn't work. Try this one. Oh, that one's not a fast charging station. We'll go to the next. And I'm literally like, the car's gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm all by myself. I don't know where I am. And he's like, just get some Funyuns at the gas station.
Yeah, were you hungry?
I was so hungry.
Okay, that'll do it.
But literally, it was just these meltdowns.
Do you think men ever get excited by meltdowns?
I don't know.
Sexually?
I think they like to be able to help for sure. I think men want to help when they can.
Well, he's an A+ helper.
No, I mean, when you have a freak out, do you think that they get excited?
I'll
Over the
ask.
freak out?
During the freak out, do you think that maybe they get a little...
Guys, these
I don't think
freakouts
my
were
man-
not sexual at all.
I don't think my man is,
There's snot coming out of my nose. I'm
Yeah.
crying so hard.
I think my man is looking at me like, what the fuck did I sign up for?
Yeah, no, I don't. Mine are not hot at all. I'm like screaming angry at him for nothing he's done, crying, snot coming out of my mouth. I'm so upset. And he's just like, and take the next left and the charging station will be on your right. If it doesn't work, I have 10 more lined up for you to go to.
He's like ready to go.
He's ready to go and so calm
Nick
about
is a
it.
gem. Nick is a gem.
He's such an emotional gem. But again, I've never had a partner that is so emotionally stable, emotionally mature.
Is it because he's an only child?
I don't know where he gets it from. He's just a great guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I'm just deeply in thought.
What do you
about the type of men I choose? I had one man who would get really excited every time I got upset like that.
But was
you
he
would
helpful?
want a man like that?
No. I had a man that I dated that got really excited.
But was he helpful still? Like, it's fine if he gets turned on, but like, if he's
helpful.
like too busy getting horny to be like, yeah, and take the next left, that's not helpful.
Actually, he was helpful. Actually, I'll take that back. He
was
would
it?
like
Who are you
solve
talking
the
about? Who are you
problem,
talking
but
about?
then he would get excited. I'm not saying his name.
Anthony?
It's just us. It's just us. Just say the
Tony?
name. That's her brother.
No, but what was the first boy?
Yeah, just say who it is. We can
Andy?
bleep it.
Andy. Come on. I was close.
No, it was not Andy. It was not Andy.
Who was it? Just say it. They'll bleep it.
No, it was.
Oh, well, he was psychotic.
Yeah, psychotic. And he's working at now.
No, he's not.
Dude. Yes, he is.
It's life ruining, actually.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, don't go try to work at the bar I took you to and told you was my bar since college. You fucking freak.
Wait, that's actually crazy.
What's it like dating crazy men?
Yeah. Okay.
A turn on?
I've always said I'm way too sensitive to date a crazy person or like I think a guy that like
I need
is crazy.
you to be calm, but I also I need you to be calm in the way that I'm calm. Like, I am calm. I also know all my friends know I could kill a man and never think about it again. Never think about it again. I wouldn't mourn your life. I wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't care about it. I wouldn't care about the bloodline being gone. I wouldn't think about it again. I have thought about it a lot. I could kill a man and never.
Okay, but is it
be
crazy?
bothered.
I like if I
If I have a man who's like emotional about taking a life, I'm like, you
I could commit
are
murder
pathetic.
and not think about it.
But
That's I think it's our Scorpio moon.
maybe
I think it's the moon in us.
Maybe.
Yeah, the Scorpio.
if I'm in a relationship where I'm like, I'm not sure who's defending us in the alleyway.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking
No,
about.
but it's like that whole thing. It's like that whole mindset of like crazy. I want to know that I could flip a switch and you would kill everyone
oh.
because I said so. Because I was like, I don't like this room, and he's like, should I kill everyone? And I'm like,
Well, I actually think that's a disease because the man
I know
should
it
be
is.
like,
I'm not
why
saying
don't you
I'm
take
mentally
a
sound.
goddamn basket
At
seat
no
in the back
part
seat.
did I
and
say
we'll
that
take
I
you
was
to
stable
the mental
in what I
institution
was
because you want to
interested
burn
in
the
sexually.
goddamn church down.
That's not. First of all, don't bring Jesus
You're a
into
witch.
this. But I am.
Witch.
Voodoo.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I want a man that goes 0 to 100 with me. Okay, Bonnie
Only
and
when I-
Clyde
but only-
end up in prison or dead.
Prison. Well, actually, prison sucks.
Prison sucks. Like you been? You been to prison? You know what that
I've been to jail.
Jail and prison are
two different things.
places.
They are, and you'd know that if you were like me.
No, I know how the judicial system works, you fucking idiot.
Bitch, I said the same thing you did. What are you calling me an idiot about?
No, you're like, you would know if
at the same time.
if you've been to prison,
I
you've
said
been
jail
to
and prison
jail.
are the different things. You know what? And this is what it's like to be friends with a redhead.
Wait, you guys, never mind. I don't have a Scorpio moon, whatever that is. I don't want it. Please keep it far away from me.
Do you think you could kill someone and not think about it ever again?
No, I would think about it
Sheyda,
every
we
day of my
can't.
life. Did you hear me
Sheyda, we
earlier
need
when
to
I said I didn't want to bully people ever?
We need to stop
What
speaking because
if-
this will come up in our criminal trial
What
later.
if?
Facts, but
what if he
It's all
hurt
a
one of
joke.
us?
Oh,
Could you act? I'm being dead serious. Could you kill a man who was not a good man?
okay. So like he hurt you. How did he murder one
But it
of you?
doesn't matter. He's a bad man.
An eye for an
Could
eye,
you
Summer.
kill him?
Okay. Yes, but I would do it in a much more like subtle, sleuthy way because
Yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want to go to
We'd
jail.
put fish
Guys,
in all of his air
I don't want to go to
vents.
jail. I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to go to jail. I
Wait,
don't
do
want
you want to not want to go to prison or you want to go to jail?
I don't wanna
Because you're
either.
different.
I don't care which one. I don't want to go to either.
Anywho,
I would-
Sheyda, we're not going to do it either because this is all a joke. And
but how
for
would you kill
entertainment
someone?
purposes.
I would
How would you
never
kill someone?
anyone.
No,
How would you kill
we'd
someone?
leave our phones at home, and we'd always have a witness for an alibi.
Yeah, I would take my Oura ring
Burner.
off. I would take my phone away from my body.
We can't even take our own cars. We're biking to the murder.
I would take a car from
Watch out
pre-1970. You
from
can't track.
surveillance cameras on the road.
And then I would feed him to a set of hogs. Okay.
She's
Hogs
actually
are-
said that before. The
hogs are brutal.
thing.
And then I would take the hogs away and I would plant a bunch of endangered plants that you can't remove legally.
What do the plants have to do with the hogs?
You
You
can't,
can't remove them.
turn
Well,
up the ground.
What do the plants have to do?
No, the hogs ate the body, and then I planted endangered plants over the
body
land.
so that they can't cut down the plants, aka they can never find or dig where the body is. That's smart. I would take
And I would put a bunch of endangered animals, like the salamander that's rare. I'd put that thing in there.
Salamanders.
sorry.
They're like
Salamanders and flowers
CSI
everywhere.
investigations
There are
coming in. Sheyda's whipping up the
There are
endangered salamander
You'd see me fighting for their rights.
How did Tiger King
PETA
do
would
it?
be PETA would
How
be
did Tiger
defending
King
Sheyda.
do it? Tell me. How the fuck did Tiger King do it?
That
feed him
is
to the
Tiger
tiger.
King actually is a crazy story.
5 years ago. 5 years ago, guys.
So none of us are going to jail.
But boys beware.
Yeah.
I seriously.
Piss Sheyda off and we'll both murder you.
We will, and
we'll never be caught for it.
I would love for that. What is that show where one day a year you can just kill people?
Oh,
The Purge.
I'd make a list.
No, actually that's a little scary for me. It's too far.
I don't like that.
I
Me
also
either.
think sex offenders, murder.
To jail.
Yeah. Abusers, murder.
Yes.
People who-
the silence was not
Jaywalkers?
in
Murder.
vehicular
Maybe just take
manslaughter.
a toe.
People who
Take a toe.
People who wait too long.
Every time they jaywalk, when
Sheyda,
it's
you
not
wanna
a
know
yield
what's crazy?
situation,
Jaywalk.
take a
Wait,
toe.
you want
I
to know what's
jaywalk.
crazy? Is
I
so
jaywalk.
I live downtown and I feel like the thing that pisses me off, grinds my gears, is an Uber will literally pull up on the side of the road and just stop. They're just I
do that. I do that to
and
pick you
wanna
up,
know what?
bitch.
And like 17 people are getting out of the car, and I know it's a goddamn Sheyda getting out of the car, and I'm holding down my horn.
Where do you want us to
You're
park?
in a goddamn parking lot. There is a parking lot somewhere near, and they're just choosing not to do it. And I'm
actually hold
the
down?
physical altercations Nick and I
You
get
have road
in.
rage.
We get in.
You
is
have road
me
rage.
trying
Wait,
to
does he
reach.
have your back?
No.
Is you trying to reach over to
he's
his
uncomfortable
horn?
by it.
I'm reaching over to honk the goddamn horn, and he will sucker punch me 7 days a week to stop me
He's
from honking the
uncomfortable
horn.
because he's
like,
always
you're crazy,
unwanted.
because he's like, I will then have to handle the fight. And I don't want to. He goes, it's not worth it. This is not worth
Wait,
dying over.
has
And I'm
Nick
like,
ever been in a fight?
I don't know.
I'd
I'm
be
not
so excited. When people drive by, because I drive a truck, when people drive by when a grown man drives by my truck with attitude, I get excited.
Sheyda is waiting for a physical altercation.
Back to murder.
Yeah.
When there are, because we have a community of people who try to steal booze from the place that I work. I have a bat and I want to use it.
Sheyda's waiting.
Don't fuck with the End Also podcast.
And this is all for entertainment purposes only.
This is for educational purposes.
Truly, I don't want to get caught in a lawsuit, guys.
I'm not quite sure what we discussed on the 10th anniversary on our 10-episode, guys.
Me either. No
was-
clue.
it
This was so
But
chaotic.
it was important. I hope you all know this 10-episode was important.
This was the most important episode we
and
discussed.
I hope jaywalkers are afraid.
And we will be getting really strong legal counsel.
And also apply for our giveaway. We love you so much. Thank you so much for watching the End Also podcast.
10-episode, guys, put your glasses on. 10-episode.